Thanks for these accessories, RHINOX. I look so much cooler with them now. No problem, Optimus. And no, I totally did not steal these. Wait, what? Nothing.
Sup guys, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Rise of the Beasts YOLOPARK RHINOX. Now unfortunately this guy was a little delayed because Scourge and Cheetor came out earlier. Not sure why this guy came out a little later, but whatever, he's here. What's quite ironic now is that I'm doing a review of RHINOX before I do a review of Cheetor, even though Cheetor came out before RHINOX. That's because a few days ago I did a poll of which YOLOPARK figure you guys would have liked me to review first. The first one was Scourge, and the second one was RHINOX, leaving Cheetor last. So before we check out the figure, let's take a quick look at the packaging. On the front, we get this nice little CG rendition of RHINOX, as well as his Rhino mode, which looks amazing, as well as a bunch of words, names, and logos. On the top is a flipped upside down version of the Transformers Rise of the Beasts logo. Not sure why it's like that, but on the bottom, you get a proper Transformers Rise of the Beasts logo that is upright and not upside down, unlike the top one. I guess the top one is for when you look at the back, which on the right over here has a whole bunch of words and foreign words as well. And on the middle, you get this somewhat an instruction manual of the assembly required for this figure. And on the left over here shows a little bit more details of what you get inside the packaging, as well as the figure and some other features on this guy. And of course, the included accessory add-ons for Optimus Prime. Almost forgot to mention that on the side, there is this nice little CGI rendition of RHINOX. And on the other side is another CGI rendition of RHINOX, except on the robot mode. But anyways, with that said, let's get to the unboxing. And as you can see, here's all the pieces required to assemble the figure. Thankfully, this is okay. It's not easier to remove. Come on! Okay, good. And here we have YOLOPARK RHINOX out of the packaging. And first impressions, he looks really good. Painting and sculpting, pretty good. Although I do see quite a repetition of silver and bronze, but it's alright. I imagine a customizer would have done an excellent job dry brushing some black paint on this guy to make him look more battle damaged. Speaking of battle damage, on the detail you could see a lot of torn out pieces, as well as on the chest right here. And the head sculpt for RHINOX is the same as the Studio Series and the mainline RHINOX. Still, looks alright. Looking down on the legs over here, I did not know his feet were like this. They do look a little more flat and I suppose robotic than the Studio Series one. But anyways, for the details on the legs over here, there's a lot of war-torn battle damage on this guy's legs, as well as the endoskeleton peeking out a bit. The hand looks nice, and I do like the additional spikes on the knuckles. Speaking of spikes, these little pointies are back. Oh, and when you look at the back, you can see a little bit more of his endoskeleton. Now, quality it's alright, it's just there's a couple of joints that are a little bit too stiff, like the wrist over here, and then trying to rotate his thigh. For some reason on the hip, this is used to hold the leg in place, and by rotating the leg side to side, you could break this actually. So I recommend to be a little careful when rotating the thigh. In addition, the two pieces for the front skirt were a pain in the butt to plug in, as this was tabbed onto a ball joint, to which I almost thought this was untabbable. But with more force application, I was able to tab it in, and hopefully it doesn't pop off. Oh, and the joint for the head is stiff as well. And it also likes to pop off real easily, which is a little bit frustrating, but what can you do? To be honest, it's quite a shame that this guy did not get enough screen time in the Rise of the Beasts movie, as it would have been cool to see his character's personality. But no, all he did was ram into things and smash things. I believe in the original Beast Wars cartoon, he was something of a scientist himself. Well, he was good with tech, kind of like Ratchet. So I suppose his personality was a mix between Ratchet and Ironhide, which is quite interesting. But nonetheless, hope we get more info on him in the Rise of the Beasts sequel. However, since the sequel is going to be a little bit G.I. Joe X Transformer centric, I don't see how they're gonna mix Maximals and G.I. Joes together. And nothing like special ops and big animal robots fighting alongside each other. It's almost like the dream of a kid playing with his toys. To which I don't blame, we've all been there. Speaking of playing with toys, we move on to accessories, to which we come across RHINOX's little hammer, which also does require some assembly, but rather easy and straightforward anyways. Kinda looks like the Studio Series one, just with a little bit more detail. And unfortunately no green light up markings like there was in the movie. Throughout the duration of RHINOX smashing Terracons left and right, there was a few glares of green smacked around per slice or smash, to which I suppose to trick the audience to thinking that was green blood, but I don't know. Anyways, there are actually tabs that you just plug in onto that slot on RHINOX's hand, and then you just close in the fingers and, of course, close the hand in. And here's RHINOX with his accessory. Tell you what, he looks pretty cool with it. One thing I thought that was quite cool and unique with RHINOX's hammer was that the front of it had 6-point things, I guess. I mean, is this hammer used for meat grinding, or is it used to smash his victims to bits? I don't know. Perhaps it's used for both. Unfortunately, no weapon storage. Also, if you're wondering, here's a comparison between the YOLOPARK hammer and the Studio Series hammer. Not much in shape, definitely in size though. Well, anyways, that's enough of RHINOX and his accessory. Let's just take a quick stop with Optimus Prime and all of the accessories that RHINOX came with, starting with his beautiful little axe. Now, the only hand capable of holding the axe would be the trigger finger hand, but it does not hold at all. Okay, maybe if you push this bigger thing in, then it would hold a little better. But to be honest, I feel like the accessories that Prime comes with are a little bit cooler, as he does come with this nice little Energon sword. But anyways, what I recommend you do is plug it right here like this, and of course it looks wonky. That's why you rotate it. And then plug in the wrist back in. And there you go. Optimus Prime with it. Oh, he was about to fall off. But here's Optimus Prime with his sword. When plugging the sword onto that wrist right there, I suggest removing the arm, as it would be a lot easier for assembly. He comes with 2 of these swords, by the way, so you can have him dual wielded, which is cool. It's reminiscing the forest battle from Revenge of the Fallen. Shoot, they forgot to apply that onto Rise of the Beast. That would have been amazing. The perfect scene they could have integrated that onto was when Air Razor started to act up, and then the Terracons caught up with the Autobots and the Maximals, and then everybody was all, "Protect the key!" Would have been nice to see Optimus hold both of his swords and scare off the Terracons. But no, what we got was Optimus Prime doing the puppy eyes at Noah Diaz right before Noah was gonna blast the key. And then next are his nice little arm cannons, which look like the arm cannons were taken out of inspiration from Dropkick's arm cannon, most notably because of this tip on the side of the muzzle. But anyways, in order to tab this, you just gotta, of course, tab it in, which is a little bit frustrating. That's why I pre-tabbed the other one. And just like the swords, Optimus Prime also comes dual-wielded with both of his plasma cannons, which is also reminiscing the forest battle from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Quite a missed opportunity on that protect the key scene. Also, they decided to make the front of the muzzle articulated. Quite cool. I mean, that's how it was in the movie anyways.
Stand down! Whoa, I'm not the one to fear, Prime. I won't ask a second time. No, seriously, I'm a good guy. Since you didn't get the memo of standing down, 2 blasters will do. Really, I don't mean any harm, fool. I'm gonna shoot you. Pew!
Well, anyways, the blaster configuration is my favorite with this guy. The sword and the axe are cool, but can't go wrong with some guns, you know what I'm saying? Also, I think this is how I might display this guy from now on. But anyways, I think that's enough of the detour of Optimus Prime and his additional accessories. Let's get back into the main figure of the review. And now that we're done discussing all of the accessories that this figure comes with, let's resort to the articulation, which is going to be quite stiff. Starting off, ball joint at the head, which allows an up and a down, and a swivel. However, there is an additional neck joint over here, which does allow for this guy to look farther down. Ball joint at the shoulder, which allows for a full rotation at the arm. And some butterfly joints. Shoulder pad moves out, which allows for a bend at the shoulder. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, which does expose a lot of mechanical pieces. Ball joint at the wrist. which allows an up and a down, and a wrist swivel, and there is of course some finger articulation. Starting with the thumb, there's a ball joint at the thumb, and about 2 points of articulation for the thumb, as far as hinge joints go. Moving to the other fingers, the index finger is independent, whereas with the other 3 fingers, they're all molded in together. It's alright. Side to side at the chest. The chest can also crunch forward and backwards. Oh, one cool thing to pay attention to is that if you crunch this figure forward, you could see some mechanical joints actually moving. Mech Alive's back, baby! Waist swivel. And the legs can also spread. These annoying things are on a ball joint with an additional hinge joint moving this thing up and down. Leg can move forward, can move a little bit more forward because of that extended thing that's new, I guess. Anyways, the leg can also move backwards. Very stiff thigh swivel, please be careful with that. Bend at the knee, and that's where this figure's leg comes to life. Look at that. Mech Alive is at its peak right now. I mean, maybe not. The Mech Alive gimmicks for Revenge of the Fallen were also pretty cool. Anyways, the foot is on a ball joint, which allows a pivot joint, up and a down, and a swivel. And then in conclusion, the front of the foot can move upward. So yeah, like all the other YOLOPARK figures, this guy is packed with articulation, which can allow for some pretty good posability, like this, and of course this. But anyways, let's get on to size comparison. Starting off with the guy whose accessories he stole, kind of like Studio Series Optimus Primal. Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal, YOLOPARK Bumblebee, his wave mate YOLOPARK Scourge, mainline RHINOX, mainline Pablo. Unfortunately, the Studio Series Pablo is not in stock yet on Amazon. I'm sure by this time he would have been in stock. I don't know. Moving on to some Studio Series. Here he is next to Studio Series RHINOX, Optimus Primal, Cheater. Can't wait to check out the YOLOPARK one later on. Air Razor, Core Class RC, Freezer and Novocaine, Scorponok, and lastly, here he is next to Battle Trap. And here he is next to the other YOLOPARK figures. This is pretty much most of them, minus Cheater, and minus the other 3 figures that have yet to be officially revealed. We did see prototypes of them. One of them being Mirage, which is the only Rise of the Beast figure from that wave. Can't wait to check Mirage out. He looks pretty cool. Can't wait for all of the characters from Rise of the Beasts to be made into YOLOPARK actually. And then after that Bumblebee. And then after that The Last Knight. And then after that Age of Extinction. And then after that so on. Although they are starting to do some G1 stuff as well as some miniature and bigger models of these guys. Yeah, YOLOPARK is going places. And now for transformation, there's no transformation. It's alright. That's why the Studio Series 1 is there. And to be honest, the Studio Series 1 isn't so bad. But if you want screen accuracy, the YOLOPARK RHINOX is there. Now, the actor for this guy was supposed to be David Sobolov, who is also known for voicing Blitzwing and Shockwave from Transformers Prime. He also attends TF conventions. A lot. Yeah, he's going to be around for quite some time. Prior to the Rise of the Beast release date, David Sobolov did tease about this guy's voice, yet unfortunately we never heard it. But hey, there's a second chance for the sequel. Hopefully it doesn't sound too much like Battle Trap in the sequel, as David Sobolov also did the voice for Battle Trap. But who knows? He did tease that there was a distinction between RHINOX's voice and Battle Trap's voice. Distinction, I don't think I said that right. Whatever, both characters from Rise of the Beasts had a distinct voice, supposedly. Let alone Blitzwing, I guess. But hey, Blitzwing's voice was definitely different than Battle Trap's. I did notice that. But anyways, leave a comment down below which David Sobolov Transformers character you like more. Blitzwing, Battle Trap, RHINOX, or maybe so, TFP Shockwave. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all I had to say for this guy. Overall, pretty solid YOLOPARK figure. Definitely recommend picking him up, especially since he comes with extra accessories for YOLOPARK Optimus, which does so greatly improve that figure. If you want to get RHINOX, he's available now on Amazon for about a good $36. But if you want to go the cheaper route, I suggest the YOLOPARK.com. However, there is a shipping fee for YOLOPARK.com, to which the original price and the shipping fee does cost around the same amount of money as Amazon. So you're better off getting it at Amazon if you want it to ship quicker, or just be in partnership with YOLOPARK so you could probably get this guy for free. I don't know. But anyways, if you like what you saw in this video, be sure to slam that like button, share this with your friends as well. Be sure to turn on post notifications so that way you don't miss another video, and most importantly, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See ya!